Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com. I hope everyone is well. So, I have a YouTube friend named Pattimus. You may have seen my previous 10 random question video. Pattimus likes to wax poetic, randomly burst out into other voices that hopefully she doesn't think are her own, and make offbeat sexual comments during her videos, so she's right up my alley. She's also very pretty, so she's easy to look at too, as I said in my previous video. Because that's not creepy. So anyway, Pattimus has asked another 10 random questions, and since the nerdy gaming community that I'm involved in has taken her in as one of their own, even though she doesn't seem like such a huge gamer from what I've spoken to her about, but she dabbles. We've answered her questions. So there must be a part of the human nerd video gamer brain that likes these questions and these videos Pattimus does, because it seems like everyone answers them. So I think that there must be something to do with the what is it? Left is logic and right is the emotional side. So the gamers must have more of a logical thing going on. So anyhow, well, it's emotion and like art, right? And like creativity on your right hand side. But that controls your left and your left controls your right. I'm getting too involved. So anyway, here are Pattimus's 10 random questions. I'm going to put them below if you'd like to answer them yourself. She's also asked that question number 10 is my own question, which anyone who follows my video then answers my question. So here we go. Number 1. How are you, motherfucker? I didn't throw that motherfucker in there, that was Pattimus. I'm pretty motherfucking good. My mind's on a couple things, but nothing really bad. Just things about life that I will, move on and get over and just go down. There you go, a little bit. Go down a little bit, hurt. See, that's kind of like the stuff Pattimus would do right there. Anyhow, that's it really. I'm good. Same old stuff. I'm actually a pretty optimistic person. I tend to be very grateful for the things I have, whether they be little, a lot, or nothing. So I'm grateful with everything I have going on right now. Number 2. They're making a movie about your life. Who makes it? Now, with my answers, I tend to give more than one, so sorry. I'm really torn on this. I'm at a tie, a 4-way tie, between Terry Gilliam, Guy Ritchie, Martin Scorsese, and David Lynch. So those kind of movies can go anywhere. I'm gonna go with Terry Gilliam though. Scorsese's a little too cool for me, I think, in terms of his films. I'm not like this dapper cool guy. Guy Ritchie's amazing, but everything he does primarily is British, and I'm not British, as you can tell by my New York accent, which some people say they hear. And David Lynch is excellent, but he's so strange that I don't know if he'd pull it in the right direction. Maybe. I think Gilliam has a little more humor in his work, so I'll say Terry Gilliam. Who plays you? This one was tough as well. All my favorite actors are pretty much older. The only people that are young that I could think of that would be able to play me, Keanu Reeves. I mean, he's even older than I am. He's like at least 10 years older. I'm also a huge fan of Robert De Niro, but he's old now. So maybe a young Robert De Niro. How about Peter Stormare from Brothers Grimm and Fargo and 8mm and Constantine? I love him. He's amazing. He even sent me an autograph. I'm looking at it on my wall right now. But again, he's older. So maybe young versions of them, I don't know. I do have a schnoz a little bit like Peter Stormare. It's kind of big. Who does the musical score or soundtrack? Here goes another 3 or 4-way tie. The Sisters of Mercy. I love the gothic rock band Sisters of Mercy. I love Mike Patton, who has done soundtracks before to movies like, I think, A Perfect Twist. I would also throw in there Angelo Badalamenti, who does all the Twin Peaks and David Lynch movies with that weird, quirky kind of jazz stuff. If I'm going with Terry Gilliam, maybe I'd go with with Angelo Badalamenti. Oh, also, I've heard I look like Matt Dillon, and I've heard I look like Elias Koteas. Young, obviously, not old. Not that I'm young, but Elias Koteas. He's the guy that played Casey Jones. He's in, was he in, not Insidious, what's the other one? Sinister? Was he in Sinister? I don't remember. Anyway, you know him if you've seen him. I do kind of look like him. I've got a little more hair, but not much. Anyhow, maybe a young version of him. I don't know. Question number 3. Now this is the one I'm completely stumped on. What fictional character or characters do you feel you are most like? The only things I came up with were... See, this is the thing. Like, if you watch SLC Punk, the main character, is it Dave? I think it's Dave. He's like a rebel. I don't consider myself rebellious, but I never wanted to really, you know, get a job and do the right... Not that I didn't want to get a job. Let me rephrase that. He kind of realized after a while he had to kind of get into the system and kind of do it from inside out, you know, work from inside out. And that's kind of how I sort of thought. Do I think I'm really like him, like some rebel punk with a mohawk and, you know, beating up people? No, I'm not a violent person or anything. So I don't know. Then I was thinking of Michael Douglas from Falling Down. You know, Defense. Bill Foster, I think his name was in the movie. He works a 9 to 5. He wears a suit every day. That's me. But he flips out. Some days I feel like I'm going to flip out. Not kill people, so please don't report me to any kind of, you know... Sorry I keep moving the camera. It's just, I can't seem to get comfortable. Not kill people or anything, just, you know, go off the handle a little bit. So maybe him. I have no idea. This was the hardest question for me to answer. I reached out to friends, my wife. I don't know, people came up with these. My friend Mike said to me that I remind him some character from Trigun, the anime I've never seen. That the cartoon has this character who has a very big heart, but when shit goes down, he flips out. So I don't know. I mean, I do think I'm like that, but I don't know the character. What fictional character would you like to be like? I don't know. The first person that came to thought was Neo from The Matrix, because he does this big chivalrous thing. Spoiler. And he also has these cool powers in The Matrix. Not in the real world, but in The Matrix. And when I asked my wife, she said the same thing. She goes, I don't know, that Matrix guy. So I guess him. Maybe Johnny Mnemonic. Keanu Reeves again. I like how he has that hard drive in his head. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I guess that would be good. I want to be a vampire. I mean, I've told you guys that, hence the nickname. Maybe someone from one of the Lost Boys films that doesn't die. Question number 5. Where are you? I'm currently in my dining room, which we made into a diner. So there's like a booth. I'd show you and pan the camera around, but my wife has a wedding shower coming up for her girlfriend, and there's tons of presents everywhere, so it looks kind of weird. But there's like chrome everywhere, and tables, and posters, and like a dining room booth, and really bright red, if you could see some of it in the background. So that's where I am physically. I'm also in Long Island, New York. I'm originally from the Bronx. I prefer Long Island. I like the suburbs. Number 6. On the soundtrack of your life, what song represents your life right now? This is also a two-way tie. First is going to be Thirsty Man by Thurston Howell III. Thurston Howell III is a great rapper from Brooklyn who never got signed, but is my favorite rapper currently, besides Tupac, who's dead, so I'm going to say currently living. And Thirsty Man is about a guy who is thirsty. Not thirsty like this, thirsty like he wants. You know, he strives, he wants money, he doesn't mind to hustle or get into the grind, he wants. So that's you know, I would say a good song that represents my life currently. Also, Lovely by Suicidal Tendencies. That song is kind of like a tongue-in-cheek about I'm fine, everything's fine, I feel good, everything's lovely, but I'm kind of pushing away the shit so I don't have to notice it. The bums, the filth, the drug addicts, you know, all this crap in society that's really negative that I just try not to focus on. I recently had stopped reading the news, watching the news. I stopped watching the news years ago, but I've stopped reading it now. It's gotten to be so negative and just bullshit. I mean, they just show you, I don't mean to go off on a tear here, they just show you what they want to get your votes. They totally are like race baiting and putting out things to sway people's opinions and further, you know, political parties, races, sexes, I mean everything. It's just, what they show you is never the whole picture and never every story. They just hide so much, and it just, some of it's so negative with people abusing animals and killing each other and killing animals that I just choose not to watch it. I'd rather focus on my own life, be happy, and call it a day. I'm gonna move this camera. This is pissing me off. There we go. That's a little better, I think. See? I get pissed off quickly. Number 7. Would you have your memory altered to die happy even though the memory is not real? No. I like, again, I'm optimistic, I think, so I like where I am. I'm happy with what I've achieved thus far, even though I'm still trying to achieve more. I'm happy with my wife and my family and my pets and my little apartment, my little cozy apartment. So no, I'm very happy with what I have, very grateful, and I wouldn't want any, you know, falsities. Is that a word? It is now. I wouldn't want any falsities to make me think I am happy, you know, before I die. Number 8. The thing you most want to do before you die. Now this one is really simplistic. People are going to be like, that's it? I hate heights. I don't want to jump off of a bridge or bungee jump or anything like that. I want to retire youngish. I should be able to retire with my job at 55 with a full pension, hopefully. And really just relax and enjoy my time with my wife and do things with her. I feel like sometimes you're running around a lot with work. You get home, you're tired, you don't get to spend a lot of time together or go do things. So, I mean, we don't have kids, so we are able to go out more often and, you know, let's go to dinner, okay, and we just go out, you know. It's a little easier with pets, obviously. But that's what I want to do. That's something I strive for and why I work hard, because I look forward to that one day. So, as simplistic as that may sound, and people are like, that's it? Yeah, I'm pretty realistic in terms of reaching for things, so that's what I'm going to say. Number 9. What would you want to have your soul put into? It has to be an inanimate objects, an element, a plant, a rock, etc. But it must be on Earth. It can't be something fake. One of my friends, my YouTube friends, his name is, I think is it Swee Gamer for Sweden? I know he's Swedish. He said a tree in the middle of the rainforest, which I thought was really interesting because, excuse me, then you can like look at everything and get the sun. Well, I hate the sun, but you know, get the sun and the vitamins and all that stuff. So, Sweet Gamer John, that's it. Anyhow, thought that was interesting. Woodland 37 went on a tear, a little rant about if people have souls. So, this is going to sound weird. Mine would be coffee. I've always told my dad when he passes away, and this is before that stupid movie was out, with Robert Downey Jr. and Galifianakis. I always say to my dad, when you go, I'm going to cremate your ass and throw you in my coffee and chug you. So I would want everyone to take a little bit of me in the coffee. Everyone maybe tell a good story about me or something they loved about me or how they were happy with me or how they cared about me, you know, whatever. All my friends, my close relatives and friends, and drink me up. So that's my, then I'd live on in everyone forever. So that's my choice, coffee. Where is it? The final question is, I have to add my own question, and everyone else after me would have to answer it. Sweet Gamer John's question, because I watched his before I'm doing mine, even though I was really responding to Pattimus's. I'll answer hers and his. How about that? And Woodland 37, I don't think gave one. I think he said this is a stupid question, and he like slammed something. I think he pushed his daughter into a box again, something. So, Pattimus, I believe, said the hardest material or thing you'd have to give up and why. My pets, my wife, my coffee, and my video games, and my movies. Not in that order. But those are the things that mean a lot to me, that I enjoy. And my health, how about that, my health? And Sweet Gamer John asked, what do you think of? What are the first 3 things you think of when you hear someone speak about Sweden? So he said like pornography and the sex trade, and for some reason, and this is going to sound kind of stupid, every time I think of Sweden, I always get mixed up with Sweden and Switzerland. I forget which one is the independent one that doesn't get involved. So that's one thing I think of, even if it doesn't apply. I also think of death metal. I guess according to Sweet Gamer John, I should be thinking of electronic music and house music and stuff and techno, but I think of death metal. I think of Norwegian black metal, even though I don't even know if Norway's close. I am very bad with geography. But I think of like Dimmu Borgir and Old Man's Child and shit. So that's what I think of. My question for everyone to answer who responds to my video / Pattimus's, name something you were very into as a child that now you went back and watched, played, did, and went, it's not the greatest thing in the world like it was when I was a kid. I recently went back and watched Captain N, the Game Master, which is still a good cartoon. But as a kid, I was like frothing at the mouth to watch this thing. I used to love watching that, and Mega Man, The Legend of Zelda, Mario Bros, all those cartoons, Sonic. I think Sonic. And when I went back and watched it, it's good, but it's not great. It's kind of like when I went back and watched Exo Squad and King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. They're good. I like them. Do I have to own them? Not really. In Living Color, I love that show in the 80s. I don't know if the jokes really hold up anymore. I've watched some of it, and I'm like, do I really need to own these? Probably not. So those are my answers, and there was my question. Thank you, Pattimus, for your excellent video as usual. Stay classy. What else? I'm going to put her name down in the description if you'd like to check her out. And I will put the questions down in my description in case you'd like to answer her in my video. Respond to me, respond to her. Thank you guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com. Be good.